Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, one of the only YouTubers out there that posts full games with the schemes that he breaks down online. I show you all the games, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I don't cherry pick them. So I'm going to be showing you the second part of my New York Jets play breakdown. This is going to be the pistol formation, strong slot. It's got a lot of good audibles that you can jump in, and it's got a lot of good base plays. So let's go ahead and show you the audibles. All right, so with the audibles right here, we got basically two audibles that I'll actually utilize in a scheme. The inside zone split, which is a very effective running play, and then you have the cross weak floods. Now, if you take a look at some of the route developments with the play action slide, it's pretty much the same. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not really going to focus on that. Now, if I do want to attack my opponent off to the right hand side with an audible, I can use the mid slants, but a lot of the base plays that I'm actually going to call are going to be able to attack my opponent on the right hand side. So one of the base plays is going to be these auto motions, which I've got a fullback belly. I've got a fullback cross screen, which is a great play to go ahead and attack your opponent underneath with screen routes, and then the motion spot. Now I can actually attack my opponent in the flat with the motion, and I've also got a spot route and a corner route. Another play I'm going to use is going to be the under. This is a nice little base play to use too, because that red route has actually got a very unique release. It's one of those speed in routes that's got a weird shape to it, and I can basically attack that like I did in the previous breakdown of the single back eights of the Jets, which was tight end seam. So that's what I do like about it, and I can attack my opponent on the right side with it. So let's go ahead and talk about the running game first, and then we'll go jump into the passing game from there. Now, your base audible is going to be the inside zone split, and you can use a draw if you wanted to, or halfback dive, but my preference is to use the fullback belly as another inside run to attack my opponent with. And what's great about the inside, the fullback belly, is that it's just a fast snap, and it's going to give you some very easy yards up the middle. So it's a really good play to go ahead and attack your opponent with the fullback belly. And right now I've got a tight end in the position. If you got a good running back, you can actually pick up some good yards. But just look how fast this play just develops. Just easy yards, and this is one of the better defenses in Madden and just in the NFL right now is the Titans. So I'm able to pick up some fairly easy yards with this play with the fullback dive, and it actually sets up the rest of the scheme for me with the auto motion. Now, if I'm in a different play and I want to do an inside run, I just do the zone split. It develops more like a draw play. It's just a slight little delay with the inside zone split, but it is also another play to do to go ahead and attack your opponent with a running play up in the middle. So one of the things, you don't have an outside run with this scheme, so you just have to, it's going to be more pass focused. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the pass plays that we would actually attack our opponent. One of the base plays we're going to use is going to be the motion spot, and this is going to essentially attack my opponent off to the right hand side. Now, you have a deep in route, which is good against man coverages, but I would prefer to go ahead and take a slant that gives me a faster and easy progression against my opponent. Another thing I could do is I can go ahead and take my outside wide receiver and streak him up, or I can leave him as is. And my first progression is going to be forte in the flat. And if there's no defender out there, I'm going to go ahead and attack him in the flat. Now, I didn't get rid of the ball correctly because he actually didn't make a motion, so let's just go ahead and take my slant as the backside right here, and we're going to leave the spot route as is. So that actually sucks up one of my defenders. Now, this is man coverage. Let's take a look at this in instant replay. So my first progression is going to be a flat route by Forte, and as you can see, this defender comes running out, so I know it's man coverage. I decided I think I forced it into this route right here, because this defender, even though he's playing man, he's playing off coverage, and I was able to go and get that ball out there. But this guy was actually floating into a yellow zone, so he could have picked me off. Now on the backside, I've also got the slant route, so that's one of the reasons why I put a slant, is it gives me a fast progression, and also if this area is flooded, I've got another person I can actually fall back on the backside like that. So real quick adjustment, one adjustment, you can do this as you're going up to the line. And here's a slant route that I can hit over the backside right there, but a drop pass by Marshall. If nobody goes into the flat, I'm going to go ahead and take that flat. And for some particular reason, I'm not getting my timing down correctly with the running back, but That's why you want to have a slant route on the back side of it, is that you have a blitz, you can get rid of that slant. So this is really going to be focusing on the right side of the field. You could potentially hit the corner route here. It's not going to always be there for you, but as you can see right there, it looked like it was a man blitz. Let's take a peek. So this looks like it's a 3-3-5 defense. And it looks like there's 5 defenders coming in, but as you can see right here, the spot is actually going to get picked up, but that deep corner route right there is going to be wide open, and I picked up a nice touchdown out with it. So that's what's good about this particular play, is I'm attacking the right side. I've got the auto motion. I'm still showing my opponent that fullback dive look, and I can attack my opponent off the right, and I've also got the deep crossing route on the back side of it. So what's going to happen is your opponent is going to start picking up on those tendencies if you keep going back to it. So that's what I do like about the next audible in this particular play, is that you can go ahead and audible into another play and get them out of attacking to the right. You can attack them to the left. One of the audibles to attack my opponent on the left-hand side is going to be the cross-weak flood. Also, I can go ahead and utilize my fullback a little bit better on this particular play too. So let's go ahead, and we're going to run this against random nickel defenses. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to take our fullback and put him in an option route. Now, you need to get rid of the ball fairly quickly, and really our progressions are going to be watching Smith over the left-hand side. Now, occasionally on the left-hand side, Marshall, basically that corner post route, could get wide open. Sometimes it doesn't get open, but really the crossing route over the middle is going to be the route that you're going to be looking at. Now, unfortunately, in this particular situation, Smith didn't get a free release against the defender, but 9 out of 10 times he will, and he should be wide open on the backside over on the left corner or the left tackle or so. That's going to be really going to be the area that you're going to be looking at with this particular this route combination right here. So you can see right there, fast, easy progressions. Your opponent's going to have to flood the right side of the field, and this is going to be a nice little complement to that. You also got the flat route over here that you can go ahead and attack with the running back, or you can pick up some fairly easy yards on the backhand side. So that's what's good about this play, is a good complement to the motion off to the right hand side. Let's go ahead and jump into the under and then the fullback cross screen, and just kind of tie everything up a little bit with this formation. Now the under is pretty much the same as what we've seen before. What's cool about the under is you've got that unique little route right there with the wide receiver, and it just gets crazy separation on the back side right there. So actually he got chucked up into his guys right there, but it's another good route against man coverage. So if your guy's using a lot of press coverage, this is going to get separation from that, and because of the complement of the other routes, it's going to be another way to attack your opponent. So, and you also have got a built-in flat too. So if your opponent is using zone coverage or using zone blitz, you've got the fullback going in the flat route. But let's take a look at the fullback cross screen. I know this play is effective because I've had people use it against me. It's just something that's very, very difficult to stop. So let's take a look at that. All right, so if your opponent's using a lot of zone coverage, you can throw in a fullback cross screen because he's actually going to have to see that auto motion. Once again, he's going to be attacking the right side, and you can set him up for a big play on the backside. So fullback cross screen is going to be one of the plays we're going to use. Now, one of the things that is bad about the cross screen is that if against man coverage, sometimes you can get you some serious trouble. But if the flat is wide open, you can go ahead and attack the flat with the running back. Once again, it's got the same look as the motions. Now what's cool about this play, you also have got the fullback that you can actually hit on the back side, especially if your opponent starts cheating off of it. So that's what's great about this particular play, is that it's just another thing that you can go ahead and attack your opponent with. So it's a pretty cool play per se that you can go ahead and use into your scheme. I do like a lot of the other plays in the scheme, but once again, you can see right there, that was man coverage. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble if your opponent's using man coverage. So I would use this just to set up my opponent, but I wouldn't count it as a play I'd use on a regular basis. It might be like a surprise play. Focus on the fullback belly, focus on the motion spot. Those are going to be your plays that are going to basically open everything up for you. So we're going to go ahead and jump into another scheme in the next video, which is going to be the gun bunch weak week. Once again, to my subscribers, I really appreciate the support. I hope you'll be able to go and see this. I'm the only YouTuber out there that's actually using these schemes and actually using them in live games, and you can see how they work. So thanks a lot for your support. Until next time.